2 weeks in a row, we have a Vanderbilt win over an SEC team, this one against the Florida Gators. An 8-game losing streak has been snapped against Florida. Vanderbilt now 2 straight wins against an SEC team and only 1 game away from being bowl eligible. Now, Steve, you see who they play this week. They play Tennessee, and we thought that game would have been completely out of reach, but now Tennessee's going to have to go with a backup quarterback in that game. This really changes everything. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slasher U. I'm your host, Christian Rao, here with my co-host, Steve Feck. We're going to break down the Vanderbilt win and going 2 straight wins in the SEC. Steve, what are your thoughts about this?
The first thought that I had was when your long snapper scores a touchdown on a muff punt, you know your team is going to have a pretty good chance to win the game. Nice. You know, there have been so many weird plays this year. Now, that was more of a, dive on the ball in the end zone kind of thing. It's not like in the FCS where you had the long snapper have like 4 consecutive snaps over the punter's head for safeties. But what a huge win. I mean, it's been since 2018 that Vanderbilt has been bowl eligible. Mm-hmm. And what was it, 26 in a row that they lost in the SEC? So to do it in the manner that they've done it 2 weeks in a row, it's terrific. It's terrific for the program. It's terrific for the SEC. Vanderbilt more than holds its own in every sport except the big money sport, football. But, you have wins like this, and then if they can pull off the upset of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Now, is it an upset now without Hooker? No,
I still think so.
Yeah. I mean, Tennessee. But I mean, they've got to be reeling. They got to be reeling. They've had a couple tough losses. Hooker's out for the year. I mean, they got to be wondering, okay, what's going to happen to us next?
Yeah, I mean, their college football chances are over after that loss, moving to 2 losses, their college football playoff chances. But now they're trying to get a 10-win season. I would definitely call it still an underdog or an upset if Vanderbilt could find the way to get a win. Tennessee is still a 15.5-point favorite going into this game. We never, ever talked about Vanderbilt being a possible national champion this year. We have talked about that at one point with Tennessee, after beating Bama, after looking great in some other games. So with that being said, this wouldn't be the first time that Vanderbilt be a ranked team this year. Their first SEC win breaking that skid was against number 24 Kentucky, who was ranked at that time. Mm-hmm. I think there's a chance. You can't rule it out now after seeing what they've done for the last 2 weeks. And it's not like they did it pretty. They didn't even surpass 300 yards in total offense. And I mean, Anthony Richardson alone threw for 400 yards for Florida. They just found a way to win the game. And that's something we like on this show. We talk about it with TCU all the time. If you, no matter what, you find a way to win, that's a win in the win column. It doesn't matter how you get there as long as you win. And this is great for the program. Just like you said, Steve, this is a hard program or a hard sport for this Vanderbilt program to really have success in. They do great in baseball. We see them do some success in basketball and other sports as well. Football has been their kryptonite, if you will. And this could be a plus side moving forward. Maybe this helps with the recruiting trail. Regardless, a win over Florida, a win over Kentucky is a huge win for the recruiting trail. If you find a way to do it against Tennessee in your home state, the pipeline of recruiting, this is absolutely huge. And it's going to bring in some prospects into the Vanderbilt system that they never could have dreamed of if they get this win. This is a lot bigger than just getting bowl eligible, Steve.
Right. And then think about the transfer portal possibilities as well, not just straight recruiting, but the transfer portal. Sure. Now you're seeing, especially if Vanderbilt would win out, over the last 3 games, or if they give Tennessee a really tough game, but having won the previous 2, now you're going to look at these guys that maybe aren't the very, very cream of the crop, but they're players that you can say, well, you know what? I can see myself starting here. I can see myself being a starting offensive lineman or starting in the backfield or whatever it would be. And so maybe now, if they want to play in the SEC, why not think about going to Vanderbilt, especially if you're not sure that you would have a chance to play at Alabama or Georgia or Ole Miss or whatever it would be. And then what I kind of like about what Vanderbilt has done is that they basically took Richardson out of the running game, so he had to throw. I mean, they basically shut him down from the running aspect. So I think that shows that the Vanderbilt, coaching staff has a pretty good idea about how to game plan against a high octane offense. I'm sure they were thinking it was going to be Hooker. With Hooker out, Vanderbilt has opportunities to, maybe strike while the iron is hot here. And really, if they had not fumbled the ball in Florida territory and then thrown an interception, they could have put a 40 spot up in this game. So literally, as big of a win as it was, it could have been an even higher scoring game on the Vanderbilt side if they had not had those 2 late turnovers.
That's true. That is very true. The one that will play quarterback for Tennessee is Joe Milton III. He is a transfer from Michigan coming in, and he is a senior. This is a player who has played some time this year when Tennessee has some blownouts. He's already got 573 yards and 6 touchdowns. That'll be something to keep in mind. Hey, you never know with the Vanderbilt squad here if they can find a way to get 3 in a row. I think it'd be a pretty cool ending to their season. Get bowl eligible. Tennessee is going to find themselves in a nice bowl regardless. Obviously, they'll be in a better bowl if they get the win and go to 10 wins. But wow, wouldn't this be something if they could do that in here? What are your thoughts on this game? Does Vanderbilt even stand a chance? Or is Tennessee, even without Hendon Hooker, going to run all over the Commodores? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, hit like and subscribe. And always, thank you for watching SlasherU.